Hello friends, myself Manjushri Gunjagaonkar from Rasiklal and Dhariwal College of Pharmacy, Chinchwad. Today in this video we are going to study about environment and health. The learning outcome of this chapter is after completion of this video you will be able to know the effect of environment on our health. Before that, one should know what is meant by environment. Environment in general means whatever surrounds the individual constitute his environment. There are two types of the environment, internal environment and external environment. External environment majoritarily consists of air, water, soil, noise, sun radiation, etc. But in this video, we are mainly going to focus on water as an external environment. Water is essential part of our life. Water is considered safe if it does not harm the consumer even if it is used continuously for prolonged period. The surface water. There are three main sources of water: rainwater, surface water, and groundwater. Rain is the prime source of all water, whereas surface water is divided into many types like reservoir, rivers, tanks. The surface water originate from the rain water. The sources of surface water are reservoir. First, we will discuss in detail. They are large lake made up of earthenware for rainwater collection. The area from which water can trickle down into the reservoir is called the catchment area. The catchment area should be free from any source of contamination, otherwise there is a risk of water contamination. Second important source is river. Many cities depends for their water supply upon rivers. As the river passes through the human habitation, they get contaminated and hence the water should not be used without purification. And the last source of surface water is tank. They are collection of surface water usually used for villages. They can get contaminated directly by human being and animals because they are used for washing clothes, bathing. Animals also come to drink water and sometimes children swims in this tank. Next type of source of water is groundwater. It is the cheapest and most practical means of providing water to small communities. They are superior to surface water. It is divided into two types, well and spring. Wells are of different types like shallow well, deep well, sanitary well, and tube well. Shallow well is one which provides water from above the first impervious layer of ground, and deep well taps the water from below the first impervious layer. Sanitary well. All the kacha wells should be made pakka by providing an impervious lining or up to the 20 feet depth. Tube well. They are also shallow or deep well fitted with pumping arrangement on the hand pump. Spring. Because of some geological causes, the groundwater comes to the surface and at the origin the water is of good quality but it may get contaminated. Next point here we are going to discuss is sources of water pollution. There are many sources of water pollution, but here I have enlisted few of them. Sewage. Sewage. It is wastewater which contains decomposable organic matter and pathogenic microorganisms. Industrial and trade waste which contains toxic chemicals. Agricultural pollutants which contains pesticides and fertilizers. Physical pollutants like radioactive substances. Usage by human being for animal washing, bath, washing of the clothes, etc. Now, the next point comes regarding the water is hardness of water. The hardness of water is depends on the amount of dissolved calcium and magnesium in the water. Hard water is high in dissolved minerals, both calcium and magnesium. The hardness of water is defined as soap destroying power of water. Since all these are soluble salts, so they remain dissolved in water and are not removed by filtration. There are two types of the hardness of water: temporary hardness and permanent hardness. Now in previous slide, as we have seen, there are many causes of water pollution. The next point arise is how we are going to treat or overcome this water pollution. It can be done by purification of water. On small scale, purification methods are boiling, use of filters, use of chlorine tablet or solution, etc. And large scale purification is either slow sand filtration or rapid sand filtration. First, we'll see the small scale methods of water purification. There are different methods we can use. First one is boiling. Boiling the water for 5 to 10 minutes is satisfactory method of purifying water for household purpose. It kills the bacteria, spores, cyst, ova and yields sterilized water. Chemical disinfection. Bleaching powder, chlorinated solution, chlorine tablets, high test hypochlorite. The principle involved in this is the chlorination, residual chlorine of 0.5 mg per liter at the end of 1 hour contact. Iodine. Here the 2% solution of iodine in ethyl alcohol can disinfect 1 liter of clear water within 20 to 30 minutes. Potassium permanganate is the another chemical which is used for the purification. It is the powerful oxidizing agent and can kill cholera, vibrio, etc. Filtration. Household water can be purified with the help of ceramic filters like Pasteur Chamberlain filter, Brickfield filters and Katadyn filters. These filter candles usually remove bacteria found in drinking water but not filters passing viruses. Disinfection of well. Wells are the main sources of water supply in rural areas. This most effective and the cheapest way of disinfecting the well is by bleaching powder. Now we are going to discuss about large scale purification method, which involves slow sand filtration and rapid sand filtration. Slow sand filtration is a method which uses supernatant raw water, a bed of graded sand and under drainage system and filter control valve. Under ideal condition, the filter reduces bacterial count by 99.9%. The steps involved in slow sand filtration are as follows. Supernatant raw water. The supernatant water above the sandbed measures in depth about 1 to 1.5 meter. It provides an opportunity for natural purification by oxidation and sedimentation. Secondly, water is forced by the gravity downward to facilitate filtration. Second step involves graded sand bed. The sand bed is the most important component as this is filtering the water. This consists of sand of different particle size and the thickness. The finest sand is on the top and comparatively coarse sand is below that. Water percolates through the bed very slowly and during this is subjected to mechanical straining, sedimentation, adsorption, oxidation and bacterial action. The third stage is this filter is called as biological filter because the surface of the sand gets covered with slurry growth. Vital layer of biological layer which consists of thread-like algae and numerous forms of life including plankton, diamonds and bacteria. This vital layer removes the organic matter, holds back bacteria, and oxidizes ammonical nitrogen into nitrogen and helps in yielding bacteria free water. Gravel support. Below the sand bed is the layer of gravel which supports the sand bed. The upper part consists of fine gravel and in the lower part is coarse gravel. Under drainage system just below the coarse gravel there is a network of porous perforated pipes. And the last step involved here is a system of filter control valve. All the above components are placed inside a box called as a filtered box. The walls of the box are made of stone, bricks or cement. The whole filtration process is controlled by filter control valve so that filtered water is available at a desired rate. The second method which is used on large scale is rapid sand filtration. They are considered as advancement over the slow sand filter and the water is chemically treated before the process of filtration. The rate of filtration is very fast as compared to slow sand filter. The diagrammatic representation of rapid sand filter is as shown in the figure. Now we'll start with process of rapid sand filter. The raw water is treated with alum in a dose of 5 to 40 mg per liter and the water is agitated mechanically so that alum can be dissolved and the impurities get precipitated. This is done in the mixing chamber and then the water is stirred with a slow speed to form a big floccules or the precipitate in the flocculation chamber. The next step is to allow this precipitate to settle down at the bottom of the sedimentation tank for 1 to 6 hours. When the floccules settle down, the supernatant water is ready for the filtration and the floccules from the bottom are removed from below. The filtration medium is sand and the particle size of the sand used is 0.6 to 2 mm and this is supported by coarse gravel. The depth of the water column is 1 to 1.5 meter. The filtered water is collected through a network of under drainage pipe. After the filtration for 6 to 7 days, there is a development of a layer on top of the filter bed. This consists of the floccules which were not sedimented. This layer absorbs the bacteria and the oxidation also takes place.